Now, I would like to talk about the classification of fundamental right, where are various groups of fundamental rights, and also which are those fundamental rights are available exclusively for citizens. So, the discussion is on classification of fundamental rights and the rights exclusively available for citizens and rights exclusively available to citizens. Now, if you, so first let me classify, then I will talk about the rights exclusively available for the citizens. See, there are 6 groups of fundamental rights in India. There are 6 groups. The first group we can say right to equality. Article 14 to 18. So, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So, there are 5 articles in right to equality, very important. And at the same time, you see, right to equality, if there are 5 articles, the main reason is our country has so much of inequality. The constitution makers wanted to ensure that we are all equal. So, that is why they wrote many articles. That itself shows, according to some critics, this 5 different articles for equality clearly shows how unequal our society was in 1950, or even today our society is quite unequal, quite disastrous. The casteism is still continuing, communal violence is still continuing, the poor, they are a different, see, that is why some experts are talking today, there is an India, there is a Bharat. The villages are totally different, the migrant laborers are suffering, struggling, and they had to walk down thousands of kilometers to reach their home during the lockdown for the coronavirus. You would have seen all those things. So, inequality is a big issue in our country. So, right to equality, 5 articles are devoted for that. Second is right to freedom. Very important, the most important of all the fundamental rights. The backbone of the fundamental rights is right to freedom, freedom and liberty. Right to freedom and liberty. There are articles from 19 to 22. Again, 19, 20, 21, 21A. Right to education is also there, and article 22. So, there are again 5 articles, 19, 20, 21, 21A and 22. So, 5 articles devoted for freedom. I will say among all the fundamental groups of fundamental rights, the most important is freedom. If this is not there, all other fundamental rights are meaningless. It is a hard fought right for all of us. Our constitution makers were so liberal in their approach. They looked at the best of the liberties available in the world at that time, and they incorporated into the Indian constitution. A great step by the constitution makers at that time. The freedom, this right to freedom is a hard fought right. See, they had lot of restrictions on the freedom during the freedom struggle. So, they knew the value of this, that is why they wrote everything, the right to freedom, they wrote everything in the, as part of our fundamental rights, 19 to 22, 5 articles are there. The third group is right against exploitation. Article 23 and 24. So, 2 articles, right against exploitation, because India, again, lot of exploitation, bonded labor, child labor, everything was there. So, we have written specifically 2 rights only against exploitation, 23 and 24. Then comes the 4th set of rights, the 4th group, we can say, that is right to religion. A very important a group of article, because Indians are, 95% of Indians are having one or other religion. We are religious, quite orthodox also. We have our own whims and fancies when it comes to religion. We are very, and when it comes to religion, most Indians are narrow-minded. When I say this, don't feel bad. We always, we have a bit of communalism is there in all of us. You are a bit communal when it comes to religion. We always look at the other religion with a different way or a different look. That's our problem. So Article 25 to 28 deals with religion. 4 articles are there. Right to religion. Very important. It makes India secular. India has no state religion. India has no official religion. All are free to follow their religion. Religion is a private affair. 4 articles are given. Very important. It makes very firmly a secular state. And that is something extraordinary, considering the fact that Indians were quite religious, deeply religious. We could make a secular state itself is a miracle, I will say. So, right to religion, making India secular, a 4th set of right. A 5th set of right is the minority rights or cultural and educational rights. See, even though it is written as cultural and educational rights, it is literally the rights of the minorities. Rights of the minorities. Article 29 and 30, 2 articles. This ensures, and this is the basis, this is the root of our unity in diversity concept. The diversity, we protect diversity. We don't want uniformity in the country. We want to protect all religion, all culture, all language, all food habits, all different dialects. We are more than happy to be that. The diversity we want to protect. So, cultural and educational right, the right to establish educational institutions for the minorities, the right to protect one's culture. It is clearly mentioned in these 2 articles, 29 and 30, very, very important for a diverse. See, this is the essence of our nation building. Article 29 and 30, the cultural and educational rights. And then, we had right to property. So, there is a 7th one. So, we can say right to property. Now, it is repealed. It is not there. So, earlier there were 7 rights, now it is 6 only. So, right to property no more available. So, coming to 6th right, that is Article 32, that is the constitutional remedies, the right to constitutional remedies. Constitutional remedies. The right of each and every individual to approach the Supreme Court if there is a violation of the fundamental rights. Article 32, 1 article, but very powerful article, because that helps us in, see, if there is no remedy, then there is no right. Your rights are meaningless. If you cannot protect your right, if you cannot find a solution, if there is a violation of your right, if you cannot find a remedy, then the whole right is meaningless. If I tell that you have certain rights, and if you cannot ensure that rights, then the very meaning of this right is gone. So, constitutional remedies protect. So, this is 1 article. So, these are the 6 sets of rights. Now, if you add all these things put together, you please see, we had 5 articles for right to equality, 5 articles for right to freedom, 2 articles for right against exploitation, 4 articles on right to religion. So, this has come to 10, 12 plus 4, 16. 2 articles on the right of the minorities, cultural and educational rights, and 1 from the constitutional remedies. So, total add up to 19 fundamental rights are there. 19. So, Article 19 is very important, freedom for speech and expression. So, you can remember like that. The most important article of in the fundamental right could be right to freedom of speech and expression. And there are 19 fundamental rights in India. There were, it could have been 20 had 31 not been removed, but 31 is not available. Now, out of these 19 and 6 sets of rights, so there are 19 fundamental rights and 6 sets of rights. And then out of this, some of them are exclusively available for Indian citizens. So, the rights now in this particular context, the rights available exclusively to Indian citizens. So, that is what I would like to discuss. So, there are 4 or 5 of them. Number 1 is Article 15 and Article 16. the right against the right to equality, the right against discrimination, 15 and 16 are exclusively available to Indian citizens. It is not available to foreign citizens. Similarly, so this is about the right against discrimination and right to freedom of speech and expression, Article 19, again it is exclusively available for Indian citizens, freedom of speech and expression, speech and expression. All other rights are there. Then Article 30, that is right to establish or administer and establish educational institutions for the minorities. So, the right to establish and administer educational institutions for minorities, again it is available exclusively for Indian. So, these 4 articles, so 15, 16, 19, so please note 15, 16, 19 and 30 are available exclusively for Indian citizens. So, there are 19 fundamental rights in India and 6 groups are there. There was a 7th group, right to property. Now, it is no more, because it is no more a fundamental right under Part 3 of the Indian Constitution. Or among all these 19, 4 of them are available exclusively for Indians. All other fundamental rights are applicable or available for foreigners also, for a right to life, right to religion, everything is available even for a foreigner, for an alien also. So, 15, 16, 19 and 30 are available exclusively for Indian citizens. So, that is about the classification and the rights available exclusively for Indian citizens.